and I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I've been riding those Falcons all off season. I'm gonna keep riding that train. I think that yeah, some of these risks, some of these bold picks, decisions, Kirk Cousins signing, Kyle Pitts over Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Micah Parsons. Some of these moves haven't paid off. But if you go balls to the wall and you think outside of the box and you're unafraid, decision to decision to decision, and you attack it as a general manager like Terry Fontenot, I love this player. I'm going to get this player. I have a vision for this player. And you've got the trust from ownership to keep taking these swings, right? That's the big caveat here. Not all GMs have an Arthur Blank who says, spend whatever you need to spend. You're my guy. Draft Michael Penix after I just paid Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed. Not all GMs have that luxury. Terry Fontenot does, and I think all of these bold moves are going to pay off big time. 2025 this year. Michael Penix says this can be the best offense in the NFL, quote unquote, unstoppable. If it's not the best, I think it will be very, very close. All in on Michael Penix. He's got a gun. He's smart. I mean, Drake London was kind of breaking down those last 3 games, right? The sample size is small. He only started those 3 games. But he said that Penix is coming to them before those games and saying, look, this safety is going to move that way. This corner is going to do this, do that. And exactly to a T, that's kind of how it played out on Sunday. So I think intellectually he's there. He can look off players. He's got a strong arm. He's more mobile than the draft industrial complex thought. Like, think about all the knee injuries he had back to Indiana, to Washington. Like, he had to adjust his game to survive, to stay healthy. I mean, at one point he's laying down on his dorm floor at Indiana crying, thinking he's done with football. So he had to adjust out of necessity. He did. Threw for more yards than anybody in college football. Took the Huskies to the national championship game. So you know what he is as a leader. And I think that while he's not Mike Vick, this is somebody that at the combine had that great 40. Back to high school, they called him Tech 9 because he was so explosive. Go back. I know it's high school, but go back and watch some of those highlights. He can move better than people think. I think Penix is the real deal. I think Drake London's one of the best, well, I should say one of the most underappreciated rising stars in the sport. Like, he is tough. I know what you're going to get out of Kyle Pitts. The Darnell Mooney injury isn't ideal. But then you have a top 5 offensive line. Then you have maybe the best running back this side of Saquon Barkley and Bijan Robinson. Offense, they're going to go for 30-plus week in and week out. Defense, yeah, you got some question marks there. But what do? They get 2 pass rushers in this draft. I think Jalen Walker fell right into their laps. James Pierce, all sorts of red flags, as you know, Connor. And Bob chronicled it here at Go Long. But to get him late in the first round, and you're basically using your first rounder next year, this year. If that hits, there's not many edge rushers built like him. So I think they can be average on defense, which is enough to get to 11 wins, win the division. Maybe you're the Commanders. Maybe you get to the NFC Championship game this year. All in on the Atlanta Falcons.
I think the Atlanta Falcons are like it's like those episodes of Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives where you watch like someone just keep throwing shit into the pot, and you're like, wow, it sounds good to have like ranch dressing on chili, and then you're like, oh, and you could put pizza on there, all right, and then you're like, oh, and then onion rings, and you're like, wow, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is either going to be the best sandwich ever, or it's going to give me a massive heart attack and total indigestion, and so I'm all here for it. I like the fact that they were thinking differently, thinking differently, thinking differently. Cool, 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 cool. But now you gotta show me, because before you were like, well, it was a play caller, that didn't work out. Well, it was a quarterback. Okay, well, it's gonna work once we get a different quarterback. Well, this quarterback's hurt, so now we got to draft another quarterback. But now that he's here, it's gonna be great. And so now we've arrived at this point where it's like you got to win 11 games or else.
It's
Like
true.
a one-win improvement is not going to one-win improvement's just not going to do it.
They are the NFL's garbage plate for those here in Western New York and the Rochester area. I don't know if garbage plates made their way out to Syracuse, but my freshman year before I transferred to Cuse, I was at St. John Fisher, and garbage plates were massive, obviously. Have you ever had a garbage plate?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
gotcha. So I think to me
Fat
that they
sandwich, all
are
that
a
stuff. Yeah.
plus diners, drive-ins, whatever, garbage plate. And you're gonna love it. You're gonna feel good. It might, you know what? You might have to go to the bathroom the next day. Like the Falcons, they're going to have some financial issues to kind of work through, but that's fine. They'll work through it. Arthur Blank's got that Home Depot money. Hey, pay $100 million for a guard and Chris Lindstrom. Pay up for Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell on the back end. I like it. I think you need explosiveness, and they've got it on both sides of the ball. They've got guys who can make big plays, and now they've got players who can take the ball away. Even like they didn't have a lot of picks in the draft, but they got a guy from Notre Dame. Was it Xavier Watts?
Yeah.
Right, he led the nation, I think, in turnovers last year. And so that's a good thing to get. Yeah, there he is, 96th overall. Even Billy Bowman, fun player, Oklahoma, shot out of a cannon like him. So I don't know. Even some of those later round picks could pan out.